Yeah,
Jose,
really?
Jose is recording the call.
We are now recording. It has begun.
Dun dun dun.
Palazzo?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, people of random ages, mentally, spiritually, or physically. My name is Rob. This is Dodging Chancletas, where random people hook up, talk,
No, we
randomly
don't hook
say
up.
things to each other, and possibly make you laugh.
Definitely
So
don't hook
sit
up.
back, relax, eat some popcorn, and see what we're going to get into tonight. Also, I'm Rob. How about everyone else?
Again, to make it clear, we definitely don't hook up.
We hook up.
All your words messed up today.
Patreons only, please. Continue.
I don't. How do you follow that? Like, there's no following that at all, whatsoever. Oh,
Hello,
God.
everybody. I'm Nick.
Jose.
I'm red.
I'm Luis. And Jose, for some reason, I can't see your camera.
I can see him.
Oh,
That
you
means
can?
everybody can see me but you with your low bandwidth.
Yeah, it's probably just me then. Okay. Continue.
How does the same person in the same room have better bandwidth than you?
And an older phone.
I'm probably on the room Wi-Fi. Yeah,
You're
I'm on
on-
the Wi-Fi from my bedroom.
Huh.
Let me see. I might drop for a second, but it's fine. Just continue.
Would you like us
Continue.
just to stop recording and come back?
Oh, little
Better. Hello? Yeah, you're still vanished, but it's okay.
Thanks.
It doesn't matter as long as he has all 5 of us.
I
Yeah.
do have all 5 of you. Fiber optic cable.
Gotta love it.
Good stuff.
So, what is today's subject that we're going off of?
I don't remember.
Definitely not
Wasn't it
something
like
off of
bad
Rob's
movies?
vocabulary.
Words?
Yeah, definitely
Wait.
not.
Words and what they mean?
Yeah.
Like how some people interpret kidney punches as donkey punches?
Look,
What
man.
what are the best and worst synonyms?
I believe it was the best list of bad movies to watch.
Oh, I didn't prepare for that one.
What?
Not that
Yeah,
you
I
really
know.
need to.
Mention
Remember
bad.
we... Yeah, never mind.
Remember we what?
Yeah.
Nick has a list. Well, a movie in mind. Yeah,
Yeah.
Who's in
Nick
the
has
chat?
a list, so we should let him go first.
Not really. I don't have that much of a list. I only have like 2 movies.
Hey, that's a list.
What?
I don't know about that.
Rubber?
Oh, that constitutes a list.
What you got then? What you got?
Oh, Street Fighter, of course.
Well, yeah. We have been talking about who would be the best to play in Street Fighter.
Whoa, that's like way off the subject, but okay.
Mhm.
No, we're just talking about. I was saying that that's just a terrible movie. Street Fighter is a horrible movie, but it is amazing. That's definitely a movie I can watch like every day. I mean, Ice Cube did the silent soundtrack, so
Yes, you did.
tell you that.
You know, you got
That's a
Jean-Claude Van
fantastic
Damme
movie.
in it.
And fun fact, Vega says 4 words in the entire movie.
Oh, does he?
3 of them are the same word. One of them is different.
Wow.
I didn't realize that till I was watching it again, and I was like, man, this dude never talks. He just like stays like resting his face on Sagat's ear. It's really weird. Every time they show him, he's always like hugged up on Sagat. It's like it's super weird, but great movie. Great movie. I love that movie.
Okay.
And that's how we got into the conversation of recasting the movie. Like if anybody was to recast it today, how would they do it? That's how that ended up being a thing. Because we were talking about how terrible the movie was and how great it was, and then we're like, how would you make it today? And then it became this huge thing. And it's funny because I put it up on Facebook asking the question, and then so I asked questions of a lot of people. If you were to do this, what would you do? And then everybody takes that as let's edit that person's list. It's like, okay, that's interesting. I'm getting all kinds of edits on my list. I'm like, cool. Well, what are your choices?
That's not what I was asking for.
But it happens. But yeah, that's like that's my number one bad movie. Another underrated movie is Need for Speed.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
One.
But
If you-
my question,
Which one?
I thought there was only one.
There is
No,
only
No,
one.
Need for Speed. That's the one with like 1,000 of them, right?
no,
Still,
you're
like,
thinking
That's a
about
video
Fast
game.
and
That's Fast and
Furious.
Furious.
Oh,
You're
got it.
thinking Fast and
Gotcha.
Furious, and he's talking Need for Speed, the movie based off the video game that does have 1,000 video games. But, anyways, continue, Nick.
It didn't. If you can watch that movie as just a movie with racing, vice a movie off of a video game, then it's a great movie. But if you try to play it off the video game, nah, it's not going to make any sense.
I do have to ask you, Nick, though. So you said it's underrated, and I think that makes sense because I don't think that movie got terrible reviews. But does that make it a bad movie that everyone or that people like?
Oh, it was a pretty bad movie.
Oh, okay.
Like if you watch what's going on, you're like, what? But it's actually a really good movie, I think. So it's one of my bad fantastic movies because it was pretty bad because of what they were going for. But if you can change your mind, your own mind, and watch it for something different, then it becomes a really good movie. Other than that, I don't think I have that big of a list.
So you're comparing it to like Sharknado?
Oh, Sharknado.
That becomes a question. So if you take Sharknado, a movie that's like genuinely bad, and you watch it from a different point of view, does that make it a good movie?
Yeah, it makes it a terrible movie.
Okay.
Sharknado is just bad all the way around. There's no redeeming that movie. There's no redeeming that. Robo Geisha, Sharktopus,
Sharktopus versus
What is that? That's a sci-fi movie?
Velocipaster. There's no redeeming any of those movies. They are.
I don't
Oh
even want
my
to know.
god!
Hey,
Hey, well,
I thought
hopefully
it was a great comic book.
you have Amazon Prime, Lewis, and hopefully the other two of our listeners have Amazon Prime. Go on to Amazon Prime and watch Velocipaster since it's free because you don't like anything other than paying for movies. Go on there and watch that terrible movie. Actually, see if you can make it through that movie. How about that?
That's
So
challenge.
that becomes a question of like I'm guessing you finished it because you were committed, right? But how much does the average person can stand to that movie? How much do you think?
The credits.
In the beginning.
In the beginning, it's
it
literally a
is
text scroll.
so
In the
bad.
beginning, nah, I'm done.
It is so bad. Like my cousin told me about it, and I don't know. Maybe I'm just psychotic or whatever, but I was like, I'm just gonna stick it out and I'm gonna watch this movie. And I've never watched a movie where I've been like, no, and just wanted to turn it off until I watched that movie. That's the first movie I've ever watched where I was like, what am I doing? And I started questioning. But I
Started
finished it.
questioning your whole life apparently because you're like, what am I doing?
I finished it. That is the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. That doesn't belong in the terrible good movies category. It's terrible. Period. There's
With the T.
no redeeming qualities, but I think everybody should watch it.
All right. So who's
Because
Who's
I'll
your
recommend
recommendations at
everybody.
the end?
Huh?
I was gonna say who else got some because I'm still thinking.
So I got one. I think I've mentioned it a lot, but I really enjoy it. Other than like Ghost Shark, it's called Ricky O, the story of Ricky.
Oh,
It's
a cult
so
classic,
bad,
man.
but, oh man, the blood and gore is so over the top. Just watch it for its craziness.
That's
You know,
true gory live action anime right there.
yes, it is. Essentially, martial arts is way over the top. the prison system is typical, and it's just crazy. I absolutely love. It's bad. It's really bad, but it's fun to watch. I hope more people just watch that. It's pretty good. Ricky Riki dash OH. The story of Ricky. That's essentially one of those.
The more you say it, the worse it
Like on
gets.
YouTube.
Another one that I like, but I think I'm probably the only one that likes it because I always forget his name. The guy who plays the bald guy in Star Trek. What's his name?
Picard.
The old, yeah, there we go. Picard. Who's that?
The old
Yeah,
guy? Is that literally what
Sir-
you were about to say? Sir
Charles
Patrick-
Xavier. Yeah, Sir Patrick. Whatever.
Patrick Stewart.
There you
Jesus
go.
Oh,
Christ.
Patrick. There we go. Cool. So, because I remember he is in it. It's like, oh, it's that bald guy. It's called Life Force. Real old movie, real bad, but he's in it. He actually like does like a weird makeout scene while his like soul is getting devoured. It's hilarious to me. I don't know why I remember that specific detail. Don't judge me. It's actually a pretty good movie. I like it. I enjoyed it for what it was. So yeah. Was it? Nope, don't know it. It's okay. It's real obscure. I get it.
I'm gonna have to write
maybe
it down
it's
and check
so
that out.
bad. I watched it on Sci-Fi Channel as a kid. I'm like, this is awesome.
And then you grew up and watched it again. You're like, I was an
I
idiot.
mean, I probably would have been like, wow. This is crazy.
looking at small you, like, you're so dumb.
I mean, one of my favorite TV shows back then was, what is it, The $5 Million Man. Look, if we go watch that now, it's not the best. It's not the best.
You're right.
Yeah,
You are correct.
but it's a good time. To me, it was. I watched it all the time. It was better than that stupid talking car show. I hated that show. I thought that was dumb. Talking
Talking
car.
about Knight Rider?
Yeah, that one. That one was dumb to me. It was really
Okay.
dumb. It was like,
How
why?
dare you disrespect David Hasselhoff?
You're lucky
Yeah,
you don't
seriously.
have that big of a following. Otherwise, they'd murder you.
That's okay. Yeah, I don't like Knight Rider. I think it's dumb. It's a really dumb show. I'd rather watch Walker Texas Ranger, which I don't like as much either, because it's
Ooh, you
way
better not say that too
Ooh.
loud.
That's getting
Yeah,
remade.
you-
The guy
you
from
better not.
Supernatural is starring in the new one.
You mean Dean or Sam?
Sam.
Oh, Sam. Okay, I might watch that. I like Sam. He's pretty cool. Look, man, I like Sam. Dean is messed up. He'd just sleep with you once and just leave
All
you.
right.
Apple
I
pie.
digress.
Going.
You when you digress real deep.
I get
Where was that going? You're like, oh,
Yeah.
man, that movie was not that great, but he'll sleep with you.
But
Donkey punch. That's all. Just punch.
about me, right? And then maybe just to give ideas for Lewis down here to think of a cool old movie.
I think
So
I
forever.
I just went to
I already have one. I think
MA.
I think I have one, but okay. I was gonna say I think I have one, but I think in this group, at least I think I've mentioned it before, and I think that movie is kind of liked in this group, in our group. But I'm gonna put it out there anyways because I know other people I talked to this about this movie about, like they always say it's a bad movie, but to me, Mars Attack is a movie that a lot of people say is bad, but to me it's actually really good, and it's got like a huge cast and
Yeah.
fucking
Awesome movie.
It's over the top. That's what makes
Yeah.
it awesome. Like,
It's
Yeah.
not over the top. It's right where it needs to be. That's a great movie.
yeah. So to
It's
me,
an
I like it.
insane cast. Insane
Yeah.
cast. I mean, Jack Black was in it when he was
Yeah,
young.
and he was
Not
young.
so
Yeah,
weird.
that's what I was gonna say. There was a lot of like people who are like big names now who were newcomers in that movie. So it's to me it's crazy, but you know, I guess there's that, and then I guess another series of movies that's bad, but I've always liked, and I don't really care for what people think about that one is the Resident Evil movies, like with Mila Jovovich. I know they completely went away from the games and all the
Well-
other shit. Yeah, no, I get it. The people say they're bad, and but
just
I can
like
watch
the
them.
first one. I just like the first one. I've seen them all. I like the first one best.
Yeah.
that's because
That
once you
one was
see the-
more of a horror movie, so that was that scare factor.
You
That
know-
was good.
Yeah.
You know what
I
that
think
makes
I stopped after Extinction.
that Monster Hunter movie that's coming up is going to be just as bad. But again, it's going to be one of those movies that it's bad, but sure, I'll watch it.
It's gonna be amazing.
You're
It's
getting
gonna
the
be like
finger.
Godzilla movie. You're doing it for the freaking monster. You're not doing it for the character development. When do you watch character development? You watch
No,
the monster.
I get it. But when has there
You
ever
just
been
set him
somebody
off
from
right
a
now.
parallel Earth coming to fucking the world of Monster Hunter? Yeah,
They're
so the real
modernizing
world.
it. They can't think of any other original story. It's Hollywood. We would
It's
think
an
of a better
isekai.
story with the pickle.
Wait a
But-
minute. There has been an original movie, and this is entirely in the
Don't do it.
complete opposite spectrum as bad movies, but that's Tenet. That is honestly the best movie I've seen in 2020.
Tenet?
Brand new concept of it. That is a fantastic movie. So, yeah, you guys should
Yeah,
watch
Jose,
it.
you need to watch it in HD, not that BS you sent me.
Yeah,
Hey, man.
you keep watching it in fucking handy cam. And like,
First of all, I
Get
don't
the
know what
fuck outta
one you were
here.
seeing. The one I saw was HD. So whatever you
It
guys
was
got
not
from
the same link you
mine
sent me.
was.
That was
Yeah.
garbage.
handheld digital? Is that what
I
HD
couldn't even
stands
hear.
for?
I couldn't understand half the words they said. It was
Did
like,
you
I
change it to
heard
English?
the guy eating popcorn. I heard the guy next door eating popcorn. It was fucking terrible.
Good.
Your whatever you decide to send us, that link was
yeah, that was so
horrendous.
bad.
Well, apparently then we got two different torrents because the one I got
It's
was
roses.
crisp and clean.
Nah, whatever you sent was
Really?
Jesus Christ. Whatever the one
You
you
gonna
sent
start
was
dancing?
running on. It had VHS loans in it.
Do not
It was recorded over 30 times.
Yeah, it was so bad. I gave your copy all of 15 seconds, and I was like,
I didn't
not
even
at
give it
all.
that.
Oh well, I don't know because the one that I got was crisp.
I found mine crisp. There's a difference
Yeah.
between your crisp and everybody else's crisp. Your crisp is like wet chips.
That's why I asked you. I was like, "Is yours Jose good?"
Wow.
Yeah, I went 1080. It is definitely one of the best movies I've seen of this year. It's
just
super good. If you haven't seen it, Rob, it is a
You gotta pay attention to it.
completely different concept of whatever you've watched already. Totally different concept, especially that little hallway fight scene. Man,
Oh,
yeah, I was in there.
yeah.
I was
That is
in
fun.
there. I was sitting on the stool and sitting at the edge of it, watching my phone. I was like, God damn it! This
I
is
just feel bad
good.
that it came out when it was supposed to be like during COVID.
Oh man,
So that's how it got screwed.
that should have been like a real blockbuster. But that's dumbass Christopher Nolan's fault. He was like, theaters are gonna close. My movie will bring it back. No, you idiot. But genius for making the movie, but he's fucking dumb for trying to put it in theaters. But that was a fantastic movie. But another movie that belongs in the bad category, New Mutants.
Wait, you didn't like New Mutants?
That
It
movie
didn't
was
explain
a
shit.
flop.
It was like
It was
it
a
wasn't-
flop. A flop.
like I
Okay,
watched
well-
it and was like, what the hell am I
It was
watching?
garbage.
Well, I guess I'm gonna put that in one of my bad movies that I think is good because I actually watched it in theaters and had a great time watching that movie.
Yeah, you and all 6 people that had the same fucking crowd as Dragon Ball. It was like I
Whoa.
tried.
You like-
I don't care. I made
Well,
an
but then
attempt
again,
watching
Tenet had the same crowd as Dragon Ball. So what are we gonna say there?
that it was a great movie. So
It was a better movie.
New Mutants. I tried keeping up with it, but it was terrible. And then the fucking ending flatlined. Now I sat there like, why did I take this time to even watch this? For like
I would
halfway
argue.
through the movie and nothing happened. I was like, well, I'm wasting time.
I would argue that you got to watch this
Ooh.
movie knowing that it's not going anywhere because it was the last movie that Fox made for anything Marvel related. So unfortunately, it wasn't going to go anywhere. Even if they had a plan for that movie to go somewhere, it wasn't going to go anywhere.
I'd rather
definitely
watch
was.
the Fantastic Four movie,
Interesting.
and I enjoyed myself more than that.
I was actually interested to see if there was going to be a series on that.
It was because they kept changing it. They kept on changing it. They dropped the rating back, everything, and then like their plot towards it was just garbage. The movie just came out to just be absolute garbage, and I made it all the way through it because if I can make it through Velocipaster, I can make it through anything. So I was like, I'm gonna make it to the end of this. But there was times I was watching it and was like, man, I should just stop watching this.
He's that guy in the background going, God damn it! Why am I still here?
That's how I felt the whole time. Like I love the characters. The characters are cool. I'm glad they introduced different people like Magic and Cannonball. I'm super happy that they brought them in. But they downplayed them so much. So much. They made Cannonball seem like a loser, and the dude was actually pretty badass. They made
Mhm.
Magic seem like a fucking just an angry teen, but she was actually badass. And then that was it.
I was like, that's
Ooh, you guys are really doing a thing here. And then to use the same doctor that was in what's the name of the movie? That
Venom?
was in Logan.
No, I don't know. Oh, Logan.
Same chick that was in Logan. No, she wasn't. I could be wrong. No, I'm way off. Never mind.
they all look the same. Check.
So wait,
Ah.
let's gauge how
All
bad
those
it is.
things.
Would you rather watch The Runaways? Because I hated The Runaways. I love the comic, hated the show.
Runaways was
I'd
not that bad.
I'd rather
I
watch
did not like it at all.
because they had time to build. I mean, granted, it seemed like
It was a
super
slow
low
burn.
budget. It was a real
Okay.
slow burn, but they had time to build. They had like a couple of seasons to do that. New Mutants had an hour and 45 minutes to do it,
Oh wow. Okay.
and
Wow, that's
they didn't do it. That ending, oh my gosh, man. I was so disappointed in the ending. I almost threw my phone. I was like, why? Why did they go that? Why? Just why? It didn't make any sense. Stupid movie.
okay.
I feel
I
like
would
he put.
not be buying popcorn for that.
All right, Red, you up?
I don't have any bad movies.
Now, Lewis,
Every bad movie I watch, I love it.
you love it. Name
But-
two.
Saw this
I
coming.
do have one, but I guarantee nobody knows about it. Some of you guys might know back in the day when we were on the Kitty Hawk. This DVD I had of this, I think this dude's Australian or something. I don't know, but this movie I had called Cold Harvest. It was like a Western martial arts movie, and it was corny. It was bad. I got the DVD. I'll let you borrow it. Nick.
It was like,
And,
it was bad. It was
this dude
corny.
had a
I got the
six-shooter.
DVD.
And I swear he shot that thing like 30 times at the end, destroying the army without reloading it. Until he fought the boss. You saw a part where he reloaded it once, but that was about it. But it was
So that's
corny.
the thing.
Every move, every time somebody turned their head, every corny sound effect, everything.
God.
The dude kicked the dude in the chest. Yeah,
So
you
his,
should.
it went
his,
all out on that.
his
It was
revolver
good
had
time.
the same magic as the dude's revolver in I'm gonna get you, sucker.
Yes.
When the dude said it, you got 6 bullets. I counted at least 11, and you never reloaded.
It's worse than that.
Greatest movie ever. I'm gonna get you, sucker.
I'll tell you a movie that doesn't make sense. Big Trouble in Little China. I don't care what anybody says. The movie doesn't make sense.
We talk
I
about
swear to God,
there are things
it's a
that make
fever
sense.
dream.
You
It's
know
a
why you don't
fever
understand it? It's
dream.
because you're not Chinese. It's traditional Chinese.
It's a
No, I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
just joking.
no, that's a
I
Kurt
shouldn't say
Russell
that.
motherfucker.
Kurt Russell is.
It is a fever dream. It's a homeless person's fever dream the whole way through. Think about it. All right, look, I'm gonna tell you guys the plot in the first 20
Here we go.
minutes,
Here we
and
go.
tell me if this makes heads or tails. All right, just listen to this. So, A, dude is a trucker driving all night, drives into Chinatown, go see his friend. They say, "What's up?" They have a whole bunch of drinks. They start gambling. They have a good time. In the morning, nobody's ever gone to sleep yet. One decides, "Hey, I got to go pick up my fiance from the airport." And the other's like, "All right, cool, let's do that." They drive to the airport. His fiance, this is at, let's say, 9 in the morning, gets kidnapped in broad daylight with the smallest snub-nosed revolver of all times. Nobody screams. Everybody's just like, "Another day in China." And then
Sound.
Dude,
I
did she
take it
have
back.
a
Yeah,
dead look in her
Chinatown.
eyes too?
I know, she's just like had this look like thanks. And then they they kidnap her, so they chase her down, and they're like, "Oh, we got to go catch her again." Nobody's been asleep. They jump in this trailer, or they jump in this
And they're
this,
still
this
drunk.
big rig, still drunk. Jump in the big rig, drive straight over to Chinatown, end up in an alley where they get into a full out gunfight that breaks out into a full kung fu battle. The truck
Gang war.
never got hit. They were hiding behind the truck. Not one bullet hole was in it. So they're like, "Oh, we got to get out of here." And then drives into 3 people that starts flying around, coming down in rain and thunder and lightning, and jumping over
Hey,
the
because
truck,
Raiden
moving
is
out the
there.
truck.
All right.
"Oh, we're not done yet." And then runs over this 8-foot tall maniac with light coming out of his mouth. And they run to a restaurant after that and try to come up with a game plan to go save the fiance that's at a whorehouse.
Wait, and this is all within one block, right? Because I don't
This is the first 20 minutes of the movie.
I see nothing
So
wrong
far-
with this. Also, it's 20 minutes because it cuts. There's time in between. When they do their game plan, it's nighttime. That means time has passed. People have rested. Things have happened. Okay, they have to
Fun
plan
fact,
things out.
no. They're making their plan. They're talking about going to the Wing Kong Exchange and all that shit. It's already night. They left the whole gunfight during midday, and all of a sudden it's night. Nobody ever went to sleep. Also, the 3 story. What's up with the whorehouse? None of it made sense. They hide this chick in the back. They don't know who she is. They don't know that she belongs to Lopan or anything like that. The 3 storms just come and start tearing up the place. They don't like. Whose idea was this? And then how did they know that she was there? They made no plans.
They know.
But they made
It
no
was a
plans.
sell. It was a quick sell, but they were just going with
It
the wing call.
was.
Oh, they hired the Tigers, but they didn't know.
It
They didn't ask
was.
any questions. They just got their money and
Yeah,
held
they
her.
just got their money.
Exactly.
Went to the White
So
Tiger.
why was they
Quick
hiding her in the
Nothing
back?
they didn't think about it. They're terrible kidnappers. They didn't
Then
plan
why were they
anything.
hiding her in the back?
Just
Explain that. to
Which
me.
is exactly what Lopan was looking for, so he can get jiggy with it and get back to life.
Oh, he was
Lopan
trying to
knows
get jiggy with it, huh?
she was. Lopan didn't know that she was there. She was being hidden in the back. They didn't know why. They were just like, "What? You want a girl with green eyes?" When they made that stupid plan, and before he got kicked in the face with both feet, by the way. And then it did. None of that situation made any sense whatsoever. They're just like, "Yeah, we're just gonna hide her in the back. We don't know why. We're just gonna hide her, and we're not gonna give her out to anybody who talks about her." And then one chick acted all weird, hid her behind a wall, and then the 3 storms came in and tore the whole place apart. Like, but if you knew that she was there, is that Lopan's place? And if so, why did his people tear the place apart? If not, why did they sell her to a rival gang? None of that makes sense.
There's a constant
It's
war.
called misdirection.
The constant
There's no misdirection. The direction was, what the fuck are we doing, and how can we make money out of this? It was
It's
the
called
80s, man.
movies. Yeah, 80s
Bet.
movies.
It's called cocaine. It's a hell of a drug.
The 80s. That's the only saving grace, is that this was the 80s movies. 80s and early 90s had the secret sauce, and that's why I like Street Fighter so much. It was nonstop action with no plot. They just were like, "All right, fuck it, just blow everything up and beat somebody up, and then we'll say we're trying to do this." And it went like that. And it worked. I mean, look at Demolition Man. It's one of the greatest movies of all time. And
Yeah.
fuck you, say anything else, but it's one of the greatest movies of all time.
I mean,
But
it's also the same thing with Last
like-
Action Hero. That's a good movie too. That makes no sense. That plot is
What
terrible.
movie?
It's all over the place.
I remember that movie.
What movie?
The Last
Last
Action Hero
girl.
Yeah.
That's the one where he came out of
The
the
golden
movie or
ticket.
something?
Came out of the
Yeah.
movie theater.
Yeah.
Crazy
He gets
special.
that magical ticket.
Yeah.
And his gun wasn't blowing up cars like he thought it would.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's like, I got it.
Why am I getting tired?
It was that was a good movie. That was a good movie. But yeah, it's early 90s and late 80s, man. They didn't make any sense. They were just like, fuck it, just hit the gas and just keep going, see what happens.
Here,
And
man,
that's
have some more
exactly.
cocaine. Have some more cocaine. Let's figure out this plot real quick.
But everything, I encourage everybody to watch. Oh, look at you guys both turn off the lights.
Oh my goodness. I don't know what happened there.
Can do.
Do you guys
Maybe
wanna be alone?
the bandwidth was taking too much energy.
El Cajon's falling apart.
Somebody forgot to pay the bill.
There we go. And I'm back.
That's Lewis's lights being scared of COVID. But now I just want to watch 80s movies. Made no goddamn sense. But man, they were good.
No
They
horseshit,
didn't
Jack.
need any backstories. No horseshit, Wang. They didn't need any backstory whatsoever. None of these movies required any bit of a backstory.
They may have had like a little bit, but never anything.
Not at all. In Demolition Man, they just started off with them fighting, and then they're like, freeze them.
Ooh, I just watched
Throw it in the
Demolition
TV.
Man on Friday night. I felt so good
Yeah.
watching it.
Because it's amazing. Which one? Oh no, I forgot.
So-
You are weird and don't like to download movies. So I downloaded that movie, and I was super mad. So the funniest moment in that movie, I think, to me, is the whole Taco Bell situation.
Oh yeah,
The
yeah.
only
yes.
restaurant-
I agree.
Oh,
Right.
there's one that I think is a little bit funnier, but yeah, that's one of them.
I downloaded this movie because I wanted to watch it. And I learned this for the international release. They changed all the Taco Bell parts for Pizza Hut. So
That
if you
makes sense.
watch this movie, there's like all the logos are switched over to Pizza Hut, and the audio is switched over to Pizza Hut. And I was like, this can't be right. And there's one part in there where they forgot to cover one of the Taco Bell spots. So Taco Bell is like,
that's the type of shit that causes Mandela effects.
yeah,
Mandela.
I was so
Not
mad.
Manila. Mandela.
Yeah, Mandela.
It's Manila.
Mandela.
No, I said Mandela.
All right.
No, you
Well,
did
We'll
it.
play it back. We'll play it back
We'll
later.
play it back later.
Yeah,
so
play
you
it
can
back
hear
later
yourself.
because I know what it's fucking called. It's not like I'm fucking trying to call it Manila.
You
Yeah, that's
literally
what he
said
called
Manila.
I said Mandela.
It's
You
okay.
forgot the D, man. You forgot the D.
You are,
No,
you
I
are
didn't.
right, though.
Just Jose wants to fucking menu, anyways.
But that's different because the Mandela effect is thinking that you've seen him in a movie, then you look up the movie and you're like, fuck, I was wrong.
Yeah.
That's like that Sinbad movie, Shazam.
Yep, the Shazam movie or the Sinbad one. Look, if we're also
Yeah.
mentioning about another
That
good
nobody
movie,
can ever find.
Yeah.
Recall, the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger, not the new one. That one
Oh,
sucked. The old
That's a
one.
great movie.
The old one was great. Some people think it's bad. Everyone I talk to except us, they're like, this movie sucks. Like that movie's amazing. The way their eyes are about to pop out was hilarious.
Oh, that was creepy as hell.
Dude, the
How old
effects
were
on that movie are so bad but so good at the same time.
So
Oh,
For
good.
everything,
Think about the
'cause-
time
'cause
period,
even-
though.
Well, no, okay. Let me just stay shut because Jose has something to say about everything.
No, keep going.
Go
Keep going.
ahead, man.
Yeah, let's do it.
Now you're complaining. You can do it, but I can't. No, it's cool.
Nah,
Go
we're
ahead.
good. We're good.
I'll
We're
shut
good.
my
We're
mouth.
good.
Go ahead. Look.
Yeah, you were talking about the. Go ahead, talk about the special effects.
Nah,
'Cause
I was just saying that.
I think I agree with you on this one. They
Yeah,
were
it's just you could tell that it's fake, but at the same time, you could tell in a way that it's just like the idea of like what's going on. You're like, that's gross. Like
Oh,
with
yeah.
the fat lady and how like he comes out and he has a
Dude, no. The what's it called? Quado. The baby
From-
in the stomach.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was disgusting. Open your eyes to be quick. Ugh. He looked gross, but man, he looked awesome. Your mic is up, Red.
Oh yeah, he's muted.
What are you talking about, Willis? No.
But man, that. I agree. There's effects in it were like, I mean, they were 80s, but man, they
I've
were.
seen 80s movies with better effects though. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes. There is quite a lot that did so much better than today's movies. Like the first Evil Dead movie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It made it look. Actually, a movie that scared the living shit out of me when I was 9, and I didn't want to do anything by myself for like 2 weeks was Demon Knight from Tales from the Crypt.
That sounds so familiar. Which one
That's
is that? Like, what's the premise of that one?
The one from Tales from the Crypt. No, they.
But there was a lot of Tales from the Crypts, though.
I don't
What is
remember
it?
that one.
No, there's only 2 movies though.
You have this
It was
key in the-
Bardello and Blood and Demon and 2 movies. But this was the one with Billy Zane when he was chasing Jada Pickett, and they end up in the house, and she had the cauldron that had the stars, or the dude had the cauldron that had the stars burned on his hand. And then they put up these little barriers so the demons can't come inside the house. And fucking Billy Zane was out there, and he was like, "Oh, well, let's just make more." And he cut his hand, started throwing blood all over the place, and these nasty little demon things started coming out of the ground.
Oh, I remember that now. Oh, that was bad.
He was so
made that
good.
That was
It was
bad.
great. He carried that whole movie, in my opinion.
Yeah,
The way he
I
talked,
remember.
he was such an asshole. It was great.
When the kid turned into a zombie, and I don't know what kind of zombie that was, but his tongue started like killing the dude. Their prop master was a genius. Whoever made them fucked up ass props, they were a genius, and I was fucked up for the next 2 weeks. Nothing.
Mine was From Dawn Till Dusk. I couldn't sleep for like about nearly 2 days. Like it was very difficult to go to sleep. Yeah.
From
Dusk
Dusk
Till
Till Dawn.
Yeah, that one. I always get that one mixed up. That one was just terrifying. Of course, I watched it and I was like, this is not scary at all. But it's pretty scary for me at the time.
You know what
That's a
had me
great
scared
movie.
as a kid? The Care Bears movie.
Oh, snap.
Have you ever seen that? That shit was dark. Goodness. I had to put that out there.
Just put that out.
The Care Bear stare wasn't working no more. The depression and all that was coming at you. Woo. Everything was getting dark. Anyways.
Care Bear cannibals. I mean, they kind of did. If you think about it, Care Bear started doing meth, and then they started calling themselves Ewoks.
Yes.
Dang.
That's canon.
Dang.
That's why we can't understand them, huh?
They
Running gibberish.
hard go.
They're all hanging out in the same trailer park.
Oh, damn.
They do look like meth head Care Bears, though.
Oh, yeah, they do. Now that you say that, I can't look at Ewoks the same anymore.
That's not even the worst of it. The fact that Ewoks eat fucking stormtroopers like for breakfast is just.
Oh, yeah. They did feast on Darth Vader, so.
They're Ewoks, man. They're doing meth and bath salts, so they eat people now.
They waited until Luke left the area. He's like, all right, Darth Vader's done the teeth.
They're just sharpening knives, like, oh, man. You guys don't even know.
They really just put his suit out there all empty. They're just eating a body downstairs.
Oh, gross.
Anyways.
Like they
I
put on a
digress.
tree, like Thanos' suit.
They set it up as a scarecrow.
Yeah, exactly.
To
Scare
ward
these
off
other
people
folk
or
off.
To bring more people.
I got another
Help
bad
Darth
movie
Vader.
I like.
Yeah, help Darth
Oh.
Vader.
What's another bad movie, Rob?
Tremors, the first one.
I'm sorry, but Tremors, the whole series is not bad. That's a good
What?
series.
Look, I stopped.
I
at-
love Tremors.
I think I missed the last movie.
Great. I mean, first one's great because it's classic. It's got Mr. Miyagi in it. That's it. That's the only reason I liked it at the time because I had no taste in movies.
Mr.
and I cared
Miyagi.
about people that I saw in movies, and I thought they were my friend. Don't.
And
judge.
the chick from Jurassic Park.
Yep, they were in there. But yeah, I love Tremors. Like, just the effects in that movie were great. I mean, the animatronics were phenomenal. Like, those were cool. Those were super cool.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I think the first 3 Tremors were good. After that, they just.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned the first. The first 3 are fine. After that, Lewis, wow, you like the other ones? Whew, That's a hard swallow for me. I can't. That's hard.
That's a
Come
Hey,
on,
hard
if you're a
pill to
fanboy, you're a
swallow.
fanboy. You know, it's cool.
different choice of words, Rob.
Yeah, it's a hard pill to swallow, not a hard swallow.
Look, that's it. Words. Our fandom gets it, guys. Now, you get it, right? Come
You
on.
wonder why we keep you around, Rob.
It's all good.
So you guys were talking about like movies that scared you as kids. I think one that I know I'm stupid for having ever been scared of this. Do you guys remember Critters?
Yeah, I remember
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
those
That
are
was
good
scary.
movies.
I saw that movie. I saw that movie at like I think I was like 5 or 6, and I was terrified. Fucking especially because them shits were coming out of the toilets and the sinks and fucking everywhere, and I was just like, okay.
They look like really fucked up fur.
Do you remember that in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Critters movie was in theaters? That was what Raphael was getting ready to go watch before he had to go fight Casey Jones.
He was. Fun fact about that movie: when he rolled over the cab, and the dude that was in the back seat, that is Raphael's voice.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
that's interesting.
The guy that was, what the heck was that?
That's
That
cool.
that's Raphael.
Interesting.
They
Oh,
all
really?
be
I
somewhere.
gotta watch
The dude that dropped off the pizza is Michelangelo.
What? Oh, that's cool.
But anyway, yeah, Critters. is a
Raphael
good
was the only one that had a New York accent. He was a cool
the
dude.
only one. They all grew up in New York, in the city. They grew up inner city, and he was the only
Yep.
one that had an accent. That's like Bernie Sanders. No matter where you put him, he still has an accent.
Right?
Great.
But he's funny though, man. Raphael's my favorite. Also, I had the first 2 games in the bar.
Good
Oh,
game.
that's right.
Good games.
4-player game, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the arcade one.
Turtles in Time and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah,
I think the Turtles in Time takes me about $5 to beat.
dude. If we're digressing
me.
to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles games, I gotta admit, as hard as it was, I always loved the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles games for the NES.
Oh yeah, yeah.
First
Oh
one,
my gosh.
Oh yeah.
fucking
first one
amazing.
was fun.
That
I
game
love
was
driving the
So-
turtle van.
I couldn't.
The little turtle van.
Dude.
map.
That part was so hard, like trying to figure out like where the fuck am I really supposed to go. But once
Before
you
running out of gas.
once you get the hang of it though, you're like, okay, I got this. And then the fucking dam.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The
Yeah.
dam was always
the
the hard
electrified
part.
seaweed, I was done. No, I'm done. I cannot.
So did you know that there was another game that stole that same exact map and level?
Yeah.
I can't remember what the game was. I don't know if it was a Contra game or some bullshit, but there was another game that I played on the NES that I used to do the same level, and I used to be like suspicious. But you know, it is Nintendo. They probably just had to fucking recycle. Certain-
Battletoads. I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Nah, it wasn't. It wasn't Battletoads. Battletoads was just annoying.
Okay,
Hey, Battletoads is
Double
funny.
Dragon.
It's really unbalanced. By the way, that new Battletoads, it's hilarious. If you ever get the
I haven't
chance to
played it.
actually-
Oh yeah, I
It's
saw
really
that.
good. It's very funny. But I like beat
Is
'em
that an
up.
Xbox game?
But
Is that
I
an
don't think
Xbox
so.
game or is that on everything?
right
I
now
think
it's
it's on
on
everything.
Xbox, but it's a
Oh.
lot of fun. It's really good. Like just watch gameplay of it, and you'll see. At least the cutscenes. The cutscenes are all really hilarious. They know what they were doing in this one. It was very entertaining.
Yeah, because didn't that game get bought out by the same company that made Conkers, like the Rare company or whatever?
I forget. I just know I was curious about it, tried it out, and I laughed from beginning to end. I was like, this is the most hilarious beat 'em up I've ever played. Because I love beat 'em ups. You know, Streets of Rage fan, of course, for life. So, yeah.
Wow.
All right, Mendez. I want to know your
What?
worst movie or movie that scared you, because I'm interested and I want to know. Unless we
Nothing.
already mentioned
You
it,
want to know the true Jose?
and we
Nothing.
do.
He's nothing scared. Yes, it's a lie.
No, I'm kidding. It.
The original.
The original like series or
It.
the
No, the original It with Tim Curry as It.
Okay.
I could not take a bath for like a week. I would jump in the shower, turn on the water, like The shower curtain open, door open, just straight, real quick.
Oh yeah.
And then jump out as quickly
Try
as I
not to
could.
close your eyes when you're washing
Yeah.
your hair. Yeah, I know.
Wash
what
it
you're
backwards. It was like,
Been
don't
there
close my
before.
eyes, don't close my eyes.
talking
That's a
And
good movie.
if you were to have put a red balloon in the bathroom, I would never go back in there ever in my life. I would have been like, nah, I'm good. Nope. I will have none of
Nah,
it.
I'll just poop in paper bags.
Yeah.
Just go outside. That's I'm fine with that.
I'm good.
Yeah.
You can have it.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't need a
I
bath.
also gotta ask, well, whenever he comes back, how did you watch that as a kid? I did not get any of those movies. Those were the
Which
rated
one?
R movies. Those were the naughty movies.
Yeah,
I
the
used to
naughty
watch.
one.
I used to watch a lot of Nightmare on Elm Street when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I think those are good movies. I never got scared of them. I don't know why. I guess Freddy Krueger wasn't that like freaky to me.
Well,
Yeah, I don't.
I watched was Dream Warriors, and I like that one because they
It's the best one.
fought him in the dream. So that's why Freddy Krueger never scared me. Like, oh, you could just beat him in the dream and do whatever you want. So
He was whooping everybody's ass though.
I mean,
He
oh,
was. At the beginning, he was just taking everybody out.
He was kind of whooping everybody.
I mean, yeah.
I think people realize that Freddy wasn't that scary though, because that's why they put him in Freddy versus Jason. Like Jason was the only aspect of that movie that was supposed to be scary, because Freddy's fucking just there to fucking talk shit and be evil.
Freddy was funny because he was the only villain that openly kept calling women bitches. He was the only one that would do it, but it was the way he was doing it which made him so funny, is because he was using it as like a real term, like let's say Dream Warriors, in when I forgot that dude's name from his sister is in it. Anyway, the dude from Scream, David Arquette's sister, but when she had the whole dream where she was sitting down with her mom in the room, her mom came up, and then the dude, her date, was downstairs. He was like, "Hey Bev, where you keep the bourbon?" She's like, "I'll be down in a minute." And then later she ends up in the same situation, but she was dreaming, so she was like, "I'll be down in a minute." Freddy popped up. He's like, "I said, where do you keep the bourbon, bitch?" Fucking, and
Wait,
I remember that.
oh man, he was just. It was the way that he was just so funny to me. Like he was a terrible like movie villain, but he was the only one who would ever actually sound like that, and it was hilarious. That was the funniest moment though. I said, "Where do you keep the bourbon, bitch?"
I gotta watch
Hold
them
up.
now to see that.
That Leprechaun movie. That was dumb.
Leprechaun was terrible.
Yeah.
Was it Jennifer Aniston on the first one?
I don't
Yeah,
remember.
that was.
Was she?
I
I
there
think
was a
so. It
Leprechaun
was a bad
movie.
movie though.
Leprechaun in the Hood. Just all those were just.
Well, that one was entertaining.
Well,
I recommend that for everybody.
it was.
Oh,
It was scary.
It's funny because you say Leprechaun in the Hood, and I just remember the news article that came back like what was like 7-10 years ago, where like the dudes were like looking at the tree and they were like, "There's a leprechaun up there."
Oh Jesus!
Do you
Here's
remember
my
that
leprechaun
meme?
pipe.
And it was
Here's
like
my
a bunch of like people in the hood just looking into the tree saying that there was a leprechaun in the tree. So you say leprechaun in the hood, and I directly think about that meme. Oh shit!
The things people do.
And,
My goodness, is right.
More money.
just for my bad movie pick, it's Mac and Me.
Oh my
Oh.
god, that's such a great, terrible movie.
Whoa!
Yo, the
Good choice.
Whoa!
Mac and Me. Yeah, the
Drink it out of
rip-off-
that straw. That's all I remember that
rip-off
thing.
bootleg
Put-
fucking
putting
D-list
flowers in
ET
it?
movie. Yeah. The
It
wheelchair
was.
Wait,
down
is that the bootleg ET movie?
Yes.
Oh man, that
The-
shit. That yeah. I was
the
thinking
one
what
with
it
the
was, and
wheelchair?
you guys just said bootleg ET, and it just reminded me.
Yeah,
The
it was
one where
with the
wheelchair
aliens
kid
that looked
falls
like they
down
were
the hill?
surprised.
Ah!
Yeah.
That didn't look like they were surprised to me. That looked like they were yeah.
Nah, all the aliens in there looked like they were surprised because the way that their faces were.
Oh, there it is.
They always look
Oh,
surprised.
that's so bad. That looks so bad.
Oh, that is a terrible, terrible movie, but man, it was good.
I wonder what puppet maker was like, I'm just gonna make these like this, and this is a good.
Somebody was like,
Probably
"All
like
right,
these guys don't appreciate me. F these guys.
we can't make this look too good. We can't be known to be ripped off ET. We got to make it look just wrong. Just
But
wrong
goddamn it,
enough.
ET don't look good either. So it's like,
ET was straight.
But you don't want to get on Steven Spielberg's bad side.
well, no one watches us, so it's okay.
I said them. People don't want to get on Steven Spielberg's bad side. It'll ruin their movies forever. I take that back. There's only one person. I think that's James Cameron. Fuck that dude. I don't care. They all right, this is like way off topic, but
I think they should fight.
they did a whole Mythbuster sequence on James Cameron's movies. And they did the whole thing with Titanic. See, look at that little alien.
Oh,
It looks surprised as fuck. That right there, kids, is your brain on drugs.
Yep.
But
That's it.
don't do
he
drugs.
looks tired. That's the look what you have when you show up late to watch.
Yep.
What's it called? They did this whole sequence where they did all of Titanic, and they were like, all right, let's see what was real and what wasn't, or what could have worked. And he got mad because they were like dogging him on the whole Jack and Rose thing.
Oh yeah, because they can
of
actually
her
put a
letting them.
second person.
He was like, they started freaking. They're like, man, if he just would have taken or she would have taken off the life vest and put it under, they both could have just sat on there and been totally buoyant.
This is puppeteering at its best, right there.
That's gross. That just looks gross. That's every kid jumping out of the bathtub.
Guys, just a heads up, I'm at 10% on my battery, so.
Guess we're gonna have to wrap it up. All right, ultimate bad movie, the Super Mario Brothers.
The Son of the Mask.
That's a great choice.
No,
not Son of the Mask.
But no, that can't be a good bad movie or a bad good movie, because I don't think Super Mario's is good.
What?
It was
You
a
don't
terrible
enjoy
movie.
watch the train wreck that is that movie, and then the stuff after. They were drunk most of the freaking movie.
Hey,
they
John
could not
Leguizamo.
handle it.
That movie was something that was made by somebody who's never played Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
What?
He didn't play it. What he did is he read the book and he's like, "Oh, okay, I can make
Exactly.
a movie out of this."
There's a book.
He never played it.
The
He
book
never
in the
played-
Super Mario game.
Oh, you mean oh yeah. So yeah,
Old
that's
school
probably
I
true.
know they don't make manuals anymore, but yeah.
Yeah,
I forgot
exactly.
about that.
So he read the
That
manual. He's
movie-
like, "Oh, I got this."
He's never the maker of that movie legitimately never played Super Mario Brothers, so he just went off on his own thing, and everybody was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" But that's great. They got a British dude to play a fat Italian and a Puerto Rican to play a skinny Italian.
Yep.
Man, was it great!
There you go.
Use the stoppers. Big
And they're
Bertha,
supposed to be
Jack
brothers
and
too.
Yep.
They
And that
are.
whole scene with the car, he had a broken arm for the rest of the movie. So if you pay attention, you see why they cut certain stuff. It's hilarious. It's a wonderful train wreck to watch.
It's such a great movie. I
then
fucking
Yoshi?
the bomb.
I gotta show this one to my kids. They gotta watch that.
You're gonna torture your kids like that?
It's an
Hey, I
experience.
forced to watch the first Jurassic Park movie. You know, it takes almost an hour to see the first dinosaur. They were all asleep within 20 minutes.
No, they show the first one. They show the little raptor, smart girl, and then
They don't actually ever show her.
They don't show it.
They don't ever actually show her.
I could have sworn they showed
The
like
first-
They don't
or
act,
something.
like you see
The first
like I think like
dinosaur is
a claw.
It's a
Okay.
triceratops that's laying down that's sick.
Because that's the whole thing about that movie. Does that whole thing with like intensifying that one scene, like you're supposed to feel like the freaking guy and the girl do when they jump out of the Jeep. But
Yeah, they're building it up. I had to explain it to my kids, but they don't understand.
No, they took all the Jurassic Park movies off of Netflix for like a month, and then they all showed back up.
That's a
Maybe-
licensing issue.
Maybe, yeah.
I was
licensing.
It's
I was
always
like,
the-
no, where's my Jurassic Park? And then
They
like
have-
a little while later, I was like, oh, look at that, it's back. Thank
they
you.
might be leaving again though, because aren't they Universal? So because of that, they're gonna go to the Peacock streaming channel or whatever that bullshit is.
Just like Warner
Man.
Brothers is being taken over by HBO Max.
But yeah, but they own it, so
All
HBO.
these crazy people, everything adds up to as much as cable costs now.
Yep.
Pretty much. Yeah.
55 streaming services, all of them are their own.
And you
thing.
can't combine any of them except Hulu
except
and
Disney Plus.
Hulu and ESPN, yeah.
No, you heard what happened, right?
$12.
So
What?
I'm gonna digress here in a second. So Disney went when they were trying to start the Disney Plus. They were like, "Well, why start off the ground when we could just buy Hulu and just basically start from them?" And Hulu's like, "Eat shit, no," because Disney owned 10% of Hulu supposedly, and so they're like, "Well, we'll buy the rest. We'll buy 51%." And Hulu's like, "No, you can eat shit." So Disney's like, "All right, cool." They went around and bought all the other shareholders' stuff. So they became the majority at that point. And they're like, "Now we own you."
Good.
And that's how they bought
Also-
Hulu.
Thumbs up to Hulu for re-releasing Animaniacs. That's a
Yeah.
fantastic show.
That's really good.
Disney is the new umbrella corporation.
They really
That's fine.
As long as they make good shit, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
what they
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Till they make zombies, and then you got to run for your life.
How are they gonna make zombies? They were afraid when
We
they
can
made.
only hope. They don't have a pharmaceutical branch yet. It's once you hear about
Yet.
Disney
You said it
pharmaceuticals,
right.
that's
Yet.
I did say it right. Yeah, because
They're
we
gonna
don't
buy Flintstones
they-
vitamins. Then they're
yep.
gonna buy Revlon. Then
Yep.
they're gonna own that whole sector.
it's
Umbrella.
gonna be Disney's Maybelline. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe she's a zombie.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's clever.
I think you're in the safe zone, Jose, because you still use BO5, motherfucker. So,
Hey, the green apple version too, mofo.
See?
Okay.
All right.
you can only
I'm
find
smells
that shit at
delicious.
Dollar General.
I'm really falling on battery,
Alright.
guys.
Yeah,
All right,
we got
hold on,
to wrap this
Paradise.
up.
We can wrap it up.
Recommendations.
My recommendation is Hades. Great Greek mythology game. It's awesome. Voice acting. Play it. That's it. That's all I got. What's your recommendation, Jose?
Huh. Skip? No, I'm just kidding.
I love Skip It. That was a fun game back in the day.
Skip it.
Exactly.
Almost as cool as Crossfire.
Wow. Jesus.
That was the
The
coolest.
bootleg Hungry Hungry Hippo? Yeah, go ahead.
Red?
Yeah,
Or like Lewis
Red.
loses all the battery he has?
Red, go. I got nothing right now.
Round robin.
Well, my recommendation is watch that movie I was talking about, the Cold Harvest, if you can find it. Bootleg it. I'm sure you could. I'm sure you could look it up on YouTube, and it'll probably have the full thing for free.
Stuff.
You know, I just realized, Lewis, what are you worried about your battery dying? Just walk over 13 feet and go jump in Red's camera.
That is a true statement.
Oh, that's true. It's not actually not even 13 feet. It's literally more like 4.5.
Let me
Yeah,
show
it's
you
door
something.
actually. I can
Hold on,
hear.
man.
6 feet.
See what I mean?
For his tiny feet,
I can
it
hear
may be
your
8.
echo in his camera.
I'm at 14% right now.
All right, Lewis, your recommendation.
Ball
Shit, I'm
evolution.
trying to think. So
Anything
can I
recent
recommend?
you like?
The
We
Mario
just
Brothers.
Recommend
reacted.
Dragon Ball
Recommend to
Evolution.
watch that.
well, no, I'm just like I'm trying to think what have I been watching lately, and the only thing that comes to mind is Mandalorian because that shit's good. And then I've been watching Young Sheldon, and I find that to be funny. But I know a lot of people don't like Bing Bang, so they don't like Young Sheldon. So whatever, I'm not even gonna bother. And then I'm thinking like video games. What have I been playing? But it's just like I would recommend people go out and play Dead by Daylight. Red can probably back me up on this because I showed him like the newest killer yesterday. The newest killer is like called the Twins, right? And it's like this old lady, well, not old lady, but it's like this big husky lady. And like just like out of her chest, she has her twin brother sticking out, who's like this little baby demonic looking kid. And so
Like
the
in
whole
Puerto
thing
Rico.
is the whole thing is when you play as her, you can actually control Victor, which is the twin, and like run around the map and just fling yourself at survivors. It's crazy.
No, it's super gross because it's like he's giving birth. When you look at the screen, it's like blood and guts come out. Then you see the little hands. So it's like, oh my god.
Yes.
That's disgusting.
I think I want to stream that game one of these days because it's so funny. But anyways, continue.
All right, Nick,
I think-
your recommendation?
Assassin's Creed Valhalla. The game is hell. It's actually
It's great.
It takes place after Origins, so it falls still within the timeline. I don't know what the fuck was up with Odyssey. It happened way before Origins, so it definitely was not an Assassin's game. Whatever, Assassin's Creed, you guys are fucking weird. But yeah, that Valhalla is actually a really good game. I like it so far. I'm getting my ass kicked all over the place. I don't like the buttons, Ubisoft motherfuckers, for changing my shit. But
Change it back.
I don't like
you
the
can always
button.
go in and change it.
You have to change it one by one. If you want it that way, you have to change buttons one by one.
Yeah.
As opposed to the last two games, you can just click and be like, "Yep." Actually, here's a quick question about that: Is the protagonist in Valhalla supposed to be female? So, spoiler alert, everybody! If you play this game, you have to choose if you're going to be a guy or a girl.
But that's a choice now. After Odyssey,
it is a choice.
After Odyssey, they made the like DNA kind of zigzag,
But it's
so you
kinda
could
weird.
choose male or female.
It is kind of weird. So if you go like and let the animus choose, 90% of the time it's going to choose female. If right now you guys go and look up the timeline of Assassin's Creed through YouTube, every picture you're going to see is female.
That's
So
because
was it supposed to be a female? And
It's
then
because-
everybody just chooses
yes
the guy?
and no rolled up into one, because the person that's in the animus is female, but she's using the DNA from the male character that's in the I guess there's like mixture of DNA of male and female in the bones that she's buried with, or that she's
Which makes sense.
going off of.
But like it's kind of weird. The whole sense,
Yeah.
it's like the game is trying to be like, choose the woman. And then
You're not
everything
wrong.
you look at is like, choose the woman. And then you're like, I'm gonna choose a guy. Then it's like, you sexist bastard. I'm like,
Yeah, basically.
it's a good game. It is a good game. Later on, I think you can give the person a sex change if you want. It's kind of weird if you're about that life, but
You can actually do it at any point in the game. You can switch from male to female. At any point in the
exactly.
game.
And that's why I said that. It's kind of weird.
Just like in Cyberpunk, you'd be transgender.
Jeez,
I
Cyberpunk.
really want to play that game. Lewis, how is it so far? Have you started?
It's so good and so bad at the same time. So the funniest thing, right? My
He
character
created a
right now,
19-inch penis.
no.
Did
My character
Did
is hetero male, just normal. No, I didn't exaggerate
You gotta
anything.
say hetero,
But
okay.
listen to this, right?
I
Fucking
feel like he's
armor
lying
in
to
this
us.
game. No, listen. Armor in this game is super funny, right? Because it comes in like skirts, pants, and whatever. And the highest item that I have armor wise is a fucking set of skirt. And so my guy's running around in a skirt. And I showed Red
Black
earlier in
male
the game.
power on. Straight fist fight dudes with guns.
Oh,
That's all I gotta
well,
say.
I'm
It
guessing
doesn't-
that your
that's
guy
ano-
is
That's another one that I'm just
Scottish.
yeah,
I,
yeah,
I was
Scottish heritage.
I was like, this
Yeah,
dude's wearing a
yeah.
kilt, but that
No.
kilt looks like
This
freaking
is
made out of
a
leather.
leather shirt.
It's
man.
made out of leather, and when he squats, you just see his knees.
Is that all you see? Is his knee?
Yeah.
Because as I understand, you can customize a lot of pieces.
Oh no, yeah. That whole thing got me by surprise because I didn't think they were actually going
Caught
to
him by
show.
surprise. He was like, "Oh."
That's the surprise. Yeah.
Yeah, look,
Not the surprise I get, but like
you got
they
the same
actually.
look as the Mac and Me aliens.
His eyes all open.
Nah, but it's funny. The game's good. I hate the glitches on PS4, but hopefully they patch that shit out soon because Everyone has something to say about it, but the game's good. The game's good. It's fun. If you played Fallout, Elder Scrolls, anything like that, you're familiar with this.
I didn't play any of them.
There he is. There's Luis when he finds
There you
out.
go. That's you playing, putting them genitals in the
Ooh,
game.
look at that PP.
I still don't see what Jose's showing because I can't see his screen, but I do
It's
have
okay.
to go. My phone's literally
See it
about
on
to
the
die.
playback. Hey, just so you
Alright,
know,
then.
my recommendation is the 2011 Thundercats remake.
Yep, that's a
Not the
good
new
one.
one.
Watch that.
Not the new one, the 2011 version. It's on Hulu.
Yeah.
It's
I
great.
watched that with Levi, and Levi watched the whole thing, which I didn't think he was gonna do, but he watched the whole thing.
The new one
Those are
is
bright
think of
colors.
Teen
This game,
Titans.
what's going on?
The new one that
No,
they
don't
remade.
tell. Don't
Hold
say
on.
Teen Titans. Lewis is in here.
Hold on. So,
Wait, am I not in? Did I drop
that
out?
was a joke. No, you're here. It was
You're
a
here,
joke.
man.
So it's
Oh.
like Teen Titans except worse.
What I say? Don't bring up Teen Titans. Lewis is in here. You know how he feels about that. He's a purist. It has to be.
Look, look at his
teens.
face. He's struggling to hold it in.
He only likes the one for teens.
I don't know what's going on. I watched the movie. You guys asked me to do. You guys said watch the movie. I watched the movie.
Yeah. And didn't you like it? It was good, right?
I never said it was gonna be bad.
Nah, he was just well against that movie. I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch it. I like the old Teen Titans.
Good night, guys.
All right.
Cool, works
All
for me. Peace
All
sign.
right. All right. Take care. Adios.
Still recording. Mendez, we're still recording.